Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages around the world, it is Aussieverse, and we are back, baby! Proudly sponsored by Comic Bookaroo. And, you know, this year, it's been goals, mate. Kicking goals for Aussieverse. We have just been so busy with so much stuff so far. Let's hope it continues for the rest of the year. The reason why I mention that is because with some of the names that we have had on the show, it's been quite humbling. But today, we get to reintroduce a couple of guys that I will dare say are my favorite guests of all time. The reason being is because of their entrepreneurial skills, their comedy, their actual music ability, and their writing and creational imagination. These guys are taking Australia and a little bit of the world by storm, dare I say. I am proudly honoured to say they are friends. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Mak Brothers welcoming back to Aussieverse. How are you guys?
Hey, good. Your favorite guest. That's awesome.
Well, you are, because I don't have to pretend that I'm you know what? I can just be myself with you guys, and that's why you're my favorite. Am I your favorite host?
Yes.
Okay, great answer. Absolutely fantastic. So, guys, for those that have not seen your game, Gods Among Men behind me, you can see it right there, the two different issues. For those that don't know you guys, know the comic or anything about you, can you please introduce yourselves to that audience?
Me? You?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like we've done this 1,000 times. So we are the Mak Brothers. We run Cination Comics. It's a boutique comic studio. And Gods Among Men is a true crime narco noir. I feel like I've said this so many times, but it's such a fun thing to say. A true crime narco noir. It's set in Melbourne, and it launched, we released the first book in 2024. That was our debut onto the scene. And after issue 1 of another title, we're now back with part 2. And it steps things up, and it does take it to a different, deeper and a bit darker, I guess.
Well, I forgot when I put up the the foil edition of Gods Among Men, which is just absolutely beautiful. I also have the standard edition Gods Among Men right here. But the one thing that I forgot to get, which is right here, is the oversized hardcover, which is just beautiful. And when you look at the dimensions as well, compared to a normal issue, that is just brilliant. So I cannot wait to get volume number 2.
I personally love the hardcover to read. You get to see the art and everything in its full glory. And actually, yeah, so the holochrome and the hardcover are both sold out. And that's what we do. On the Kickstarter, we make limited runs and, our couture range. And we make them, you get them, they're gone.
It's funny. I thought I had a lot more covers, but then I remembered that's for Anna. I've got so many covers of Anna. But if I may just make myself a little big for a second. So this is issue number 1, the opening to Gods Among Men. Well, actually, this is the opening, which is one of my favorite pieces of art. I was lucky enough to purchase the original artwork, which you can do again for this second Kickstarter. And trust me, Ben Sullivan's art is absolutely beautiful. And, oh, man. I'll just show a couple more pages here because I don't want to give too much away, because I believe you can purchase this with the second issue, so people aren't missing out.
Mm-hmm. And original art from the last time, that goes really fast. So if you want to get your hands on one, I'd jump on the Kickstarter straight away.
They're gone.
We've done something this time round. We've done something a little different. We've actually ordered a proof ahead of time.
Really? Oi! Okay. Let's have a look.
So this wasn't just what I meant when I said it becomes darker.
Ha! That is great, man. That is great. I love the color choices.
Yeah.
It's cool. We've got this theme going, continuing on from the first book, and it's really cool to hold them side by side. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go grab
Issue 1.
issue 1. I've got the oversize.
Because it looks like you've also done the same with the back.
Yes.
Yes, there is this sort of recurring theme. We love this. It's not a pure wraparound, but it keeps it consistent. You know, it's a really gorgeous way to do it.
And when you look carefully, the details are different.
The faces are different. The details are a bit different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's a nice sort of parallel. You know, you want to tell them your idea for your inspo for the cover?
Well, the covers are really color combinations that I like on guitars.
Okay.
So with every issue, like I've got ideas for hundreds of issues for basically different guitar finishes, and it's that very 80s style kind of over the top paint job.
Okay.
So this one's basically black with yellow highlights, and we have fun with that.
So we've gone over just a little bit of the aesthetics with it then. What is the actual story about? Because there are some people that might not turn around and go narco noir. They might not care about how it looks. They want to know what the story is about.
Well, I will find this as a good segue to hop on over to the Kickstarter page, because that so much work went into that is like the script. This thing lays out everything you need to know about the story. So I'm not gonna like read it word for word, but as you can see in the center there is our protagonist, Jason Lee. He is, you know, he's a father, he's a brother, he's an entrepreneur, he is trying to run a small business, and things just aren't going his way. And an opportunity presents itself to him to do things unconventionally, a little bit illicit, and it starts to escalate or descend.
Shall we play the
from there?
Let's have a
Absolutely.
look. So we can get a bigger screen as well. Let's chuck us up there. And here we go. Whoa.
Look at who's here, cameo.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh, very good, very good. I was struggling just doing the show with these two, so I'm very grateful that you came over.
The talent.
Just for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Someone need to work in this family.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those that are not aware, this is Anna, the lead singer of the band, Anna. And Anna, introduce yourselves to the people that might not know you, and who are you in the comic?
I am the goddess in the comic. Same thing in the real life. So nothing's changed. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll get it back on when we do
And a Kickstarter.
And
Can't
later
wait.
in the
Oh my
year.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Peace and love, everybody.
Yeah.
Have
Great
fun.
to see you, Anna.
Whee!
Great to see you. All right,
guest
let's go
appearance.
back here. So we do have the link in the description for those that do want to check this out. Otherwise, you can also just go to Kickstarter and you can simply type in Gods Among Men. We have looked at the trailer here. They have 5 backers when did you guys go live?
Like
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So in 10 minutes, they have 5 backers. They've already nearly made a third of their goal. And actually, I forgot that the first issue that you guys created, how long did it take you to get to your goal?
1 hour.
1 hour.
That, to be fair, when we first started, we didn't know what to expect, so we set a low goal of 1,500, and it just blew us away when it all came rushing in. And
I mean, that was our first time ever doing a comic, so we put a really low goal. We just wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
And then the next one we did was Anna, which did even better. So I guess we're kind of challenging ourselves a little bit on this one too.
So does that mean that you were potentially a little out of pocket the last time because you wanted the issue to be made so badly and you had the lower goal that you had to pay for a little bit, where now you know what you sort of need?
Not at all. We actually priced it such that we weren't out of pocket. We were more of, let's do less.
Well, the thing is, because we set the low goal and then it surpassed it ended up, the first Kickstarter got
270.
No. 270. No, it ended on about 4,000. And that pretty much sorted us and helped us out with, the next lot of printing and everything.
Yeah.
So that kind of gave us our baseline. I think we started strong and we were like, let's keep pushing it each time, So one big thing already, if you'd noticed with this trailer, was that, we discussed this idea and we said we didn't really just want a trailer to be like, every other kind of like story trailer. Like, let's do something that will at least just grab your attention, even if you're outside of comics, something to just make you go, what's going on here? And then everything that you need to know about the story and all that is in the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Well, let's have a look here, shall we? We've got the first part of the Kickstarter here, which is Welcome to the World of Gods Among Men, a world that exists parallel to our own. Follow one man's descent from the world of the legitimate into the underbelly of society, uncovering that these worlds are much closer than most are comfortable with. Since the release of the first issue, it has proven countless times in its accurate portrayal of the dark side of society, which actually raises another point. One of the things that I personally love about this comic is the setting. I mentioned this the last time us guys were together, and that is you watch, American TV, you read American comics, and you have all of these settings that Americans are so used to having and saying, oh, that's just down the street or whatever. One of the things that I love about this Gods Among Men is that it's set in Melbourne and there are actual landmarks and streets that you recognize. So being an Australian and a Melburnian especially, and taking a look at some of these scenes is really, it's so cool. I love it.
I think that's one thing as well that there was something that we said in the first book that was like, we really want this series to be like a mirror to society, right? And I think when people look at locations in the book and go, oh, I recognize that. But then now you're able to see it in a different context, because it's like these are the different kinds of activities that can occur within that same space, that familiar. We're rendering the familiar space unfamiliar.
Yeah. Okay. I love how you guys put things. And I've just looked, obviously, at the front cover now because my eyesight is so crap. I really like having it on the screen close to me. And I can see that, yes, from a distance, it looks like the covers are the same, but they're not. Mm-hmm. They're not.
No, there's actually that was one thing as well that Ben Sullivan, our artist, he made this statement about his rationale for the design of the cover. And I really like what he said. He said everything occurs in the shadow of Jason Lee. and because he is the narrative, like the story follows him, you know, and I think that's why he ends up becoming so easy to connect with, to relate. So yeah, that kind of helped us shape like, okay, this is the theme that we're going forward with.
Now, I think these guys are just being a little too humble with the direction that this book is actually going in, because without spoiling anything, one of the things that it really, really intrigues me and that I've been dying to read more about is when you do read the basic synopsis for the book. Yes, there's some gritty crime elements and some maybe poor decision making, but one of the things that I am really attracted to is this potential, maybe supernatural element to it. And that is like, how does that fit in? And it's a rhetorical question because I know you can't really answer that, but I can't wait to see what's happening with this book. What is going to happen? So you're saying that we get some more answers in this one. Is that correct?
I think you get more questions.
But you will start to, I think with book 2, you'll start to see certain constants that we're going to keep doing, because it's this thing, right, where like you should have questions answered as time goes on, but we still want to raise more questions because I think there is this intrigue that it's a thinking book, you know. I don't
honestly, Bo, there's a small handful of people, like I could count on one hand, who know exactly what's going to happen with everything.
Okay.
It's very hard to, like, a lot of people ask me questions and I just have to brush them off because I don't want to ruin it for them. Even, like, those who know, one of our friends, Mark, who's the keyboardist in Anna, like, he knows everything, and his response was, I got goosebumps when you told me the end.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
Well, you know, we recently did interview with Danny Fingeroth, ex-Marvel editor, and he's the one that also turned around and said, you know, you've got so many decisions to make when you're creating a world and a book that you want to, I don't know if annoy is the right word, but you want to intrigue / annoy your reader enough to the point where at the end of the first issue, it desperately wants them to come back for the second issue. And you've definitely done that.
Thank you.
I think that what's really enjoyable to see actually is that it's sort of the challenging of people's expectations, right? Because when book 1 came out, I think everybody felt like they knew where it was going to go. You know, you get comparisons to Breaking Bad, you get comparisons to Scarface, and there are a lot of aesthetic comparisons to be made. But what was interesting is that I think issue 2, I'll specifically say, there was something that people said where they say, oh, Jason Lee goes and embarks on a get-rich-quick scheme, right? Like, to turn to the illicit path is the easy path. And what I like about issue 2 is it very quickly gets in the way of people's preconceptions.
So did you find the second go around easier when it came to the creative process, or even, you know, making the Kickstarter?
I think Gods Among Men, the great thing about Gods Among Men is because it's you know, based on true events, there's always a framework there that we have to adhere to, which, you know, between 1 and 2, that stays the same. I think Kickstarter, it got better, you know, because the first time we didn't know anything about it, and we've done 2 since then, and we've kind of, you know, refined how we approach it, how we present even things like which comics, which versions we make available, how we want to do it.
I will 100% say it is much easier this time than the first time around. Because, yeah, like Josh said, like, this is already a slightly different approach to our last Kickstarter with the Anna issue 1. And I think, look, we're always refining, but then the basis of our knowledge of how to approach these things, right, we're just building up a base and then improving on top of that each time.
Yeah. Now, we do have the reward tiers here, but we'll have a look at those in just a moment. One of the things that I love about this Kickstarter page is the information that you do get. I have scrolled past a lot of it, but there is a lot. Well, not a lot, but there is stuff to read that will make you want to buy this. Like, for example, if I go back up here, let's see here. What makes God Among Men unique? Realism like you've never seen before. As they say, truth is often stranger than fiction. God Amongst Men allows you, the everyman, the opportunity to immerse themselves in a world that exists alongside ours and none of the risks. And then there was also books that you've compared it to. Here you go. Our readers would also enjoy such works as A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance by Remender, Sam and Twitch by Bendis, Sin City by Miller, and Stumptown by Rucker. All of those books I have on my shelf.
Oh, amazing.
You would also enjoy Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, and The Sopranos, 3 of my favorite shows. So there you go. Bob's your uncle.
I think we've refined, like along the way, like we also get a better understanding of what else is out there, and as close as possible. Good evening, good morning from Australia. Yeah. No, I think, like that's that whole thing, right? The basis of what we're saying is the same, but then we're always refining it, especially when the story continues.
I don't think I've ever seen 3 more beautiful people in one picture.
I was so glad I got that photo of Ben. I said, Ben, like we need to get you a professional headshot as an artist. And I snapped that and I was like, gorgeous.
Oh, I love Ben. One of the best human beings I've ever met.
He looks so serious in the photo, but he's such a
He does. I've said this to you personally, Aaron. For such a sweet human being, when you guys decide to make him like a mob boss in your reels, it is the funniest thing because it's so plausible. I don't know how he morphs into that character, but he just does.
He really quite.
Go check out the reels on Sedation Comics.
We're gonna have to bring it back for 2026. I'm sure we will for more Gods Among Men.
So let's see here about Sedation Comics. This is when you had your All-Star Comics signing.
The Anna book launch, and that was good. That was fun. That was mid last year, I believe.
How great All-Star Comics for Australian comic creators. Talk about a great comic store. And there is the beautiful Anna, who appeared just before making a special appearance.
That was at King's Comics in Sydney.
Okay. And as you can see in her hand is the other comic that Sedation Comics has recently made, Anna.
Which is also available in this Kickstarter.
What's this photo, Aaron?
Oh, that's me standing up, talking smack. It's me in my educator phase, a distinguished gentleman. No, so all right. So basically, we got invited by my old high school as guests to speak at the school's annual literary fest, which was surreal. It was crazy going back after all these years, and then to talk about our journey, our books, and what's even funnier was it's a literary fest, so we went to talk about the books. But the moment Josh started talking about music and touring, suddenly the questions were like, "Oh, what's it like? What's it like touring?"
That was a pretty cool moment because Aaron's old literature teacher in front of the school said that I consider this comic literature, and he put it in the school library.
Wow. Well, so he should have. Fantastic. All right, let's take a look at the rewards now so people can see the options that they can buy. So it's gone straight to the one that I've recently chosen. So we'll go from the start. Here we go. Single comic, $15. And what is the best thing about looking at this? It's in Australian dollars as well, people. So you don't have to worry about any conversion rate unless you're someone from another country, then you do. Sorry about that,
Well,
JS.
you're in the US. It's cheaper then.
yes, it is. That's a good point. I should
Everybody-
move over there to get books. $15 is the issue for the Gods Among Men issue number 2. Estimated delivery is only April.
We're really pushing ourselves this time because we're off to Asia in May this year for the next tour.
We leave
late
28
April.
Yeah.
So look, our past 2 campaigns, we have always pride ourselves on speedy fulfillment, and I think that's something that like I wish we saw more of, and it was kind of like I felt that we should embody that. If that's what we want, that's what we should do.
That's another reason why we got
The proof
made up, so that
the moment
we've checked it, we know it's good to go.
we checked it, we know it's good. The moment the funding comes through, and that was a big thing for us, is that we want to be on the ball when the money comes through. That boom, straight to printing, get everything sorted, get it all, because we want everybody who purchases the book to get it as soon as possible. Oh, sneak preview.
There's even a song that was released to commemorate this issue.
There was a what?
The song. So it's almost like a soundtrack to the.
Basically a soundtrack to the issue. It's available now everywhere
really?
on all streaming platforms. Yep.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
That's what you
That
get
also
when you.
reminds me about the documentary you guys recently
Yes.
debuted at the cinema about your own trajectory and your own lives on tour. How do you want to talk about that, or do you want to stick to just the comic?
No, we
can
can
talk
talk a
about
little
that.
bit about that. Yeah, January's been big. Like there's so much.
In pieces of 8. We'll accept rum.
Yes, I will have the rum.
We'll go back to the tiers in just a moment while we just quickly talk about this documentary that the Mak Brothers did.
Well, I wanna ask you, Bob, because you came and attended and joined us for that one night only event. What was your what was that? What was your impression of the event as a whole in the film?
The first thing that comes to my mind is I breathed a sigh of relief that I got to watch something that I didn't have to pretend that I liked. And I didn't have to turn around at the end and turn around to my friends and say, yeah, that was great. I didn't have to do any of that because I actually left the cinema actually saying, wow, that was great. And it actually really blew me away because, Aaron, I've known you a lot more personally than Josh in the last couple of years, but I didn't, and I've known the skills that you have, but I was not aware of the level of skill that you have. There were times in that documentary that really got me, I don't want to spoil anything for people, but it really was a great little movie and journey that shows the effort that you guys put in, which actually, I had another thought just quickly a bit when we were going through the tiers. One of the things as well that I can 100% verify is when Aaron said that you don't have to wait long for the comic, and we wish we saw that more with Kickstarters. I can actually back that up because I remember when they were packing and fulfilling the first Gods Among Men issue, I was inviting Aaron out a few times saying, hey man, can you come out? We want to go karaokeing, or we want to do this, or we want to do that. And he had to decline numerous times because he wanted to stay at home and pack these Kickstarters, and he got them out like that. I just wanted to bring that up. But back to the doco, yeah, man, it was freaking sick. For people that didn't get to go and see it, are they going to be able to see it somewhere?
Look, there's 2 things that I can say. I don't want to talk about stuff that's not confirmed yet. One is we are looking at how we can bring it to different cities in Australia. A similar thing to Melbourne. at this stage, we're focusing on the other cities. We may come back to Melbourne later on, but we don't know yet. And we're also exploring on a small scale of how it could be viewed by an international audience. We're not sure about that. I'm kind of apprehensive. It's kind of a second choice for me, things like streaming and all that, because as you were there, you understand it's a different experience if you watched it at home on your couch versus watching it in the theater.
Yeah.
It's not just the better screen and the better sound. It's the fact that you're able to share in this together with other people in the room. And that's the real magic of it. And we want to try to preserve that as much as we can.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic.
I just want to build on. First off, like, your kind words make me so happy, but it's also because, like, we're very, as much as everything that we do, we're presented like the way that we market, the way that we package and present ourselves, I think is a very important part. But ultimately, we're story first people, right? And coming from doing stuff in the comic and then back to film, because we actually have a bit more history in film even, it was nice to see that it was received in such a way. And that's why, like, right, the method of delivery matters. Like with the film, like we said cinema over streaming, and that's also with us and the comic, we said physical. Eventually we do go out into digital, but we do really value
it's not a priority for us.
Right, like the digital. Like it's supplementary, but I think there's something I just want to hold it, I like holding it. I like holding stuff and touching stuff. And then, if you're like, oh, he's touching it too much, then I'm like, then you get 2 copies, or you get the hardcover will be great to read. You can have one to frame and collect and display, but the hardcover you can flip through it and see the art in its full splendor. I'm like, oh, we can show you, I don't know, another. There you go. Here's another sneaky preview. Yeah, it's just nice, mate. It's just nice.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, let's go back to this Kickstarter. So $15 basic tier. You just want the second book? That's all you're going to pay. Done. You want to get both of them, issue 1 and 2. That's $29, mate. And look at that. They do look beautiful together. Obviously ships anywhere in the world as well, so don't worry about that. Or $39, you can get the Cenation Triple, which is Gods Among Men 1 and 2, and then Anna issue number 1, which is the Japan Tour edition. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
And I think there's not many of those left.
Get it before it's gone.
And then we have the Gods Among Men issue number 2 standard and the Virgin Holochrome. That was the one I was going to go for because that looks cool, man. I've already got the standard and the chrome of the first one, so naturally I want it to match. But then, after the retailer pack, sorry, this is for shops, $99, and look at that. 10 copies of any of their single issue ranges at wholesale prices. That can be Gods Among Men 1, Gods Among Men 2, or one of 3 different variants for Anna number 1.
Consumers can get that tier 2 if they're so inclined.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So yes, as I was saying, I was going to get this one because I thought this was the coolest way to get it. But in my humble opinion, it is, you know what? It's because of the way Kickstarter does it. It puts mine at the very top. Hang on. This one. You get the standard edition, the holochrome, and the hardcover, baby, for $89. Hell yes.
I want to take
home, I'm going to jump on.
Good man. I want to take a moment to talk about. So this tier that you've gone with, the 2 items there, the 2 additional items on top of the standard range is what we call our couture range, the hardcover and the holochrome. And that's also because this foil, the way this came about was actually through a happy accident from the Anna Kickstarter, we ended up going to Comics Wellspring in the US, which they're very popular in the US, and we actually found that they did this thing called holochrome cover, which in Australia, foil printers started to run dry, but in the US, Comics Wellspring's like, yeah, we'll do whatever. We can do that, and particularly holochrome is a type of cover that I went, oh, I've never seen that. I've never seen an Australian printer have that. So that's why we thought, you know what, let's bring something uncommon, something niche, and do something great with it.
I do want to add as well, like the holochrome and the hardcover, it's really something we do for the fans because we don't really make money off them.
No. Okay.
They're kind of like, look at them as like concept cars, right? Or like, couture clothing. Like it's not about making money. It's about, if you remove the financial restrictions, what's the coolest thing you could do? And with every Kickstarter we do, we always want to have a very limited amount of that because, like I said, yeah, it's not a profit thing, but it's something that's really cool that, we can have and the fans can have. And this one's extra special because on my 40th birthday, Ben drew a picture for me, which is the picture you see on the holochrome.
Speak of the devil.
Hey,
morning,
the
Ben.
man himself.
Yep. That's, that was a gift from Ben. And I thought this is too good not to share with the rest of the world. So we're going to do it as a super limited. It's only going to be available on the Kickstarter. We won't be doing it again.
That's what we're doing with our couture range, is that we always ensure that the standard range is always going to be available for people to get into. But what we do love about Kickstarter is that it's like an event, right? Everybody gets hyped up about something and everybody gets around it. And because it's for a limited time, we thought let's reward, as they call them Kickstarter rewards, so that, to offer these Kickstarter exclusive items. We make it just for the Kickstarter and then they're gone. I think that's a beautiful, it's a beautiful moment. It's like cinema. You go, you watch the movie, and beyond that, that's it,
Fantastic. All right, let's go down towards the other tiers here. So the ones after the holochrome, after the retailer, after the hardcover comes what? The original art pages, baby. Now, I cannot express to the world Ben Sullivan's pencils, inks, and art. It is a godsend, man, and it is a thing of absolute freaking beauty. When I received mine for issue number 1, dude, I was in awe, and I still haven't framed it and put it up because we moved last year, but I bloody well plan to, I tell you that, because it's one of the best pieces of art that I own. So I'm a little, I'm very, I'm thinking about doing it. I don't know. But anyway, let's leave it up for other people to get first of all. So we've got this page here, which is page number 3.
It is. Do you recognize that page, Bo? That location
Richmond Station?
around there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a combination of Richmond Station and the corner of Church and Swan Street.
There you go. I knew it was around that area. You have to color it. I would never do that to you, Ben. Claudia's like, let's get the original art.
Since Ben's here, let's put him on the spot, right? Like, one thing I love about Ben, I think why his original art is so special as well, is there is a thing that, like, I don't know how common it is, but I find it really unique. But Ben likes to go in with a razor blade and gritty it up. And you can see, like, that 3D element to the art. It's like, because there's bits of page that sometimes, like, flecked out. And I think it looks great when it comes to the printed format, but then to see it on the actual paper itself, I think, again, is that tangible thing. It's visceral, like I think it gives it a depth.
Well, also, for those that don't know Ben Sullivan as well, we've had him on the show when we were doing an initiative for comics curing cancer, and Ben was incredibly nice enough to come on the show for free and draw a Spawn sketch in 1 hour. And the end result after the hour was not only a beautiful piece, but then he went above and beyond after and kept on working on it anyway when the show was over. And he's given that to the guy that won it. And I just said to myself, dude, if that's the way you draw in an hour, which if you're watching him on that show, you see him, you know, like an opera conductor on the paper like this. And I'm like, how is he not just making mistakes and stuffing everything up by going so quick? But everything is very, very precise. And I said, if that's the way that this guy can do things in an hour, imagine having more time to do these comics, man. And it's just incredible. Is this the only page, or is there a couple? No, there's a couple. Okay, cool.
I will say I've seen Ben draw live in person, and it's both a beautiful and also a very private thing. But you can see his concentration, his focus. You're like, it's really the years of experience. He's a master, and I think that's why it's so good to be able to work with him. And you can see how he breathes life and expression into these pages. I think that from, you know, the first issue to this issue and everything, our plan is that we all just get better constantly, you know? And I do feel like this is a more refined book even from the first one.
So you've got 3 different pages.
I think it should be
14.
Oh, hang on, there's more.
Oh, yeah. That's sold.
That one's sold.
That's sold.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
that was a
I think
good
There might
choice.
be 3 left.
3 left.
Oh, that one's sold. Man, that would have been my choice, this one right here. I love that.
That was your supernatural page.
Yeah, man. I love that. That would have been cool.
We kept it under wraps when we did the first release, but now I think we can kind of like open it up and you know, it's a theme. It's a recurring theme. The intrigue page 22.
Okay. So which ones have left available? Because you've already sold 3 of them, you pricks. Okay. All right. So we've got, what's this one? This is page 14. Okay. Page 14. We have page 11. Okay, cool.
I do 11 with the way, like when Ben draws architecture. I'm just like, oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm leaning towards this one.
Yeah.
What I like about page 3, and I'll say this, and this is what we discussed. This was actually the very first page we did to kick off the issue. This page kind of set the tone. It's true. It's true, Ben. Let him know.
Always good, buddy. Always good, Matty. I implore you, though, Matt, to go check out this Kickstarter and grab both issues because you won't be disappointed.
Ben Sullivan original art.
Yeah, man.
So,
okay. So you're running this for 29 days. Is that how long the other one went for?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they all, like 29, 30. So I did, so 2nd of March is the cutoff.
Okay. And you've given yourselves, what, about a month to get everything out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. After.
Hot shit.
Well,
pressure on the printers because we're fast. So they need
pressure
to,
on the
they
printers.
need to match us.
Pressure on.
I'll have to make a mental note. Don't invite Aaron out anywhere for the next 2-3 months.
Come over and want to do a packing party?
Yes.
So good at it now.
We're pretty flat out from here to end because once this is over, we fulfill, and by end of April, we're off to Asia for nearly a month. So almost all of May, we're going to be on tour.
Fantastic.
So we want to get it like done and out and in people's hands as much as, like, you know, right, there might be unforeseen things, but as much as we have control over the situation, we want to get it out into your hands.
Well, you know who I think would really dig this book, actually, now that I think about it?
Mm-hmm.
That would be our 4 lifers. These are the people that do spend $1 or $2 every single month and help Aussieverse behind the scenes with some of the decision making, being on the show sometimes, joining an Instagram chat, and helping us with the StreamYard payments. Thank you oh so much, every single one of these names. And yes, you can see Ben Sullivan's name there as well. What a coincidence. One of our most earliest for-lifers. So if you want to support Aussieverse, click the link. Otherwise, if you don't want to spend a cent but still want to support Aussieverse, the best way to do that is simply by subscribing to the channel and liking these videos. Sorry if it's off topic. Nice guitars.
It's not actually off topic.
It's not off topic at all.
Matt missed the part about the comic covers being inspired by guitar paint jobs.
Yeah, Matt, in case you missed out before, this is the new one. Here's a proof.
And I will say,
Right, you can see Anna is their band.
Yeah. And that was Ben's artwork too, so you can see there's a bit of a recurring style. I will say, from issue 1 to issue 2, when I say that things kind of like step up, I did use some creative words, but there is a bit of a hint in this back page about the nature of issue 2.
Actually, that brings me to another important selling point about this book. It's not just a book. It's not a very, most comics are just linear, where it's A to Z. Maybe there's a flashback here and there. But with you guys, one thing that I completely forgot about is, and I'm going to do it very quick so people can't scan it, boom, you have these codes in the book that take you down a little bit of a rabbit hole. And you'd be very surprised that I said in my intro that one of the things that attracted me to the Mak Brothers in general, don't clip that, you know what I mean, is the fact of their entrepreneurial imagination outside of the box. Now, these guys could have just written a comic, like I said, A to Z, but instead of doing that, they added these QR codes that take you deeper into the story, that give you these Easter eggs that you need to work out for yourself. In fact, if I can just show the last page of that comic, that is what really, really made me just go, what the hell is going on? Because the words on this last page, ask more. Ask more from your government. Ask more from your corporations. Ask more from your employer, from your schools, family, friends, and the list goes on. But above all, ask more for yourself. And I took that to heart. I really took that to heart. And I went, I know what they're saying in the context of the book, but if you really wanted to, you can apply that to yourself and motivate that to whatever it is that you're doing in your own life. Now, going back to the Easter eggs, you had quite a bit in here, and I remember buying the cards from your first issue. Mm-hmm. And when you guys came over to drop it off, you guys even had to point out a few things to me that I couldn't get. And I think I'm a smart guy. So I just want you to know that was freaking brilliant. You're going to be doing a bit of that in the second issue, are you?
So in the second issue, so the great thing about the QR code that makes the first issue valuable is that we wanted that to be exclusive to that first one rather than sort of just keep like hammering it home.
We don't really have a formula like this will be in every issue. It will appear when we feel like it's necessary. So they are like rare things. There's always Easter eggs. Sometimes they're even less obvious. Some things we probably won't point out till years later.
There are Easter eggs this time within the pages, which was exciting to do.
All right, fantastic. So I know I asked you this last time, but I just want to see if your answer has changed. How many issues are you planning for now?
Total?
Yep.
150.
Something like that. Yeah.
Let's start with 100. Start small with 100.
Holy moly. All right. Look at this. Sean Keenan, love the Mak Brothers. If that's not an endorsement from another Australian creator, that I don't know what is. Do you mind if we have a look at your Instagram?
Yeah,
Please do. That's what we do it for the attention.
Because I just want to show people, a little bit of the stuff that I love. For example.
Oh, jeez! Nation, what's up? It's Aaron Mak from Nation Studios, and I just had one more thing to say about Premiere.
Oh, there's no f***ing time, dingus! Gods Among Men 2 comes out next week! Next week! Did I stutter? You're gonna start promoting that right now!
You mean the book is coming out on Saturday, 31st of January? I haven't even had time to rest!
You can rest when you're dead.
The story continues. Pre-save that link because it's only available on Kickstarter.
Okay, very good. We're back on schedule. Are you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good now.
Okay, good.
Oh, jeez!
Nation, what's
I have to show a few more. We have to scroll down a bit though.
That's the thing that most people see, right? And then they're just like, oh, this guy's like a freaking idiot, like a professional idiot. And then I'm like, I can do stuff, like edit whole feature films. And in the editing room, I'm serious.
You're dead.
Konnichiwa, sup? It's Aaron Mak from Nation Comics. We haven't had an update in a long time.
No, sorry, we're gonna get done for that music. Hang on. Let's see.
Hey, how are you doing? You got any holochrome left?
It's
All right, hang on.
All right, mate.
Hello there, Master. How can I help you?
Oh, no, this one, the song's gonna get done too.
Exclusive editions.
I want to get in on this, mate.
I don't know if we've got many of them left, my friend.
I want to Gods Among Men Silver 4.
I'm 50 copies of the Silver Foil already gone.
How about that Anna Zero? It's a numbered one, isn't it?
My friend. 150 copies of the first printing gone.
Then what about that Anna Zero then?
My friend. Another 150 copies of the second printing gone.
Then what about the hardcover editions there, mate?
My friend, only 25 copies of each of the hardcover editions, but the gone.
Oh my god! My favorite one is the one where you're running. Oh, where is this echo coming from? Hang on.
The one where I'm running.
Yeah.
That was at the first Gods Among Men Kickstarter.
Hang on.
That's a good one.
Nation Comics! With no holds barred!
Oh my god! I have told these guys to release a DVD because man, there's stuff.
I think we will do a compilation at some stage, but it's funny, right? Because when people say like, oh, they really put, themselves into their work. Yeah, no, we sacrifice our bodies. I almost took out the TV because Josh tackled me like for real. I said it needs to look good, so actually try and tackle me like at least 50 to 60% for real. And he hit me so hard that I flipped up and my feet came down and bumped the TV.
When does Anna's Motivated by Death get released?
Yes,
It is this year.
Let me confirm. It's in May.
But there are a few single launches leading up to that.
Yes,
well.
Not all of this is released yet, but since this is Aussieverse, I'll give you guys a sneak peek into all the releases.
Me too, Sean. Me too.
They make me laugh, and that's what that's slow intimate. I've gotten very good at that.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
On February 20th, our first single, Hate Me, will be released on all digital music platforms. On February 24th, the music video for Hate Me will be released on YouTube. And then on April 10, the second single, entitled Shadow of Life, will be released on all digital platforms, followed by its music video on April 14th. And on May 29, the album Motivated by Death will be released And on June 2nd, there'll be a third music video to promote that. And something really special, which we haven't actually announced officially, but I'll show you guys something cool.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay. Those of you that follow Anna know that the last time the EP was released, there was a giveaway. And we're doing a giveaway too, run by our label Eclipse Records.
Yes.
And you stand a chance to win. This is the guitar. It's brand new. And it was used in the Shadow of Life music video.
Holy crap.
It's neon green all the way. I've played it once. I've actually not allowed myself to play it just for the video.
And to sweeten the deal, it's not as, I don't know about not as epic as a guitar, but we did want to also give opportunity for the comic people. And one of the things you can win is this is the most rare Cination Comics comic that's ever. 5 got made, 5 exist in the world. This was made in collaboration with Comics Wellspring. They loved what we did with the reel so much. They said, like, we want to work together with you guys. And yeah, we came and produced 5 copies of this. This is our copy. You can't have this one, prior from my cold dead hands. But 1 copy is going to the giveaway.
Oh. You really should have told me about that before the show.
You're like, I wouldn't have let you tell people about it. It's so shiny. It's uber shiny.
Yeah. We're sorry you missed out on that one, Bo. That pretty much sold out as literally like within the hour we announced it.
Yeah, I do pride myself on having a copy of everything you guys do. So that does annoy me. That's fine.
We wanted to test ourselves. It was an experiment that paid off, but like, you know.
Yeah, that's probably
producer Claudia.
To date, the most ridiculous thing we've done, but we saw it as a really good opportunity since Comic Wellspring wanted to do it together with us. And we said, let's just put it out there as a super rare thing. And one thing that we pride ourselves in is we've always kept to our word. If we say there's X amount of copies of something made and we'll never do it again, we never have.
That's fair.
And yeah, that's same thing with the tour variants. You know, when we do variants, when we go on tour, they always get their hands on it first. This time around, if you live in Singapore, Bangkok, or any of the cities in Japan we're going to, you will get the first pick at not just the comic, but also the album, like a proper CD with.
No, let me specify. The comic is the Asia tour variant for Anna. New one.
Let's have a look at the YouTube just quickly. But before we do, I don't think it's got to do with my volume. I've turned it right down. I'm still echoing. I don't understand. Thank you for the super chat there, Darker Half. I really appreciate that. That makes me go. And
Thanks for the super chat, baby! Yeah! Burgers and ribs!
burgers and ribs all the way. All right. Let's have a look here. So this is Anna on YouTube. We're not going to be able to play the music just because it does get done. But if we do, we can have a quick look here at what their music's all about.
Look at Cody's bass. My lord, that bass guitar. Actually, because this is live, will it come under copyright still?
I'm not sure.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Ah, it's very good.
So there you go. Is that what it is? Maybe. Okay.
What if we turn down our speakers?
Yeah.
Testing. not sure what's going on there. Shikari, is this? This isn't the artist, Shikari, is it? If that is, I'm grateful that you are here because I love your work. Thank you very much.
And thank you for the advice.
Just turn off your mic.
Is it still going?
It's only when I talk, though. There we go. Okay.
Yeah?
I think we're good.
Okay.
So, we're talking about Gods Among Men, issue number 2 coming out. Go check it out. You can also go check out Anna and the band on YouTube and so much more on Instagram as well. Is there anything in closing that you guys want to talk about? Where can people find you? What's next apart from the obvious? The floor is yours.
I think we want to bring all these stories to you guys, and we want to bring it, faster. So the better that each Kickstarter does, the faster we're able to get the next one out. So it's a team effort between us and you, and we appreciate every single pledge.
I'm just checking because but this this is just tripping me out because I love this guy's work and I'm just very, very shocked that he's commenting on our videos here. Go check out his artwork. It is freaking amazing.
Is it actually? Well, thank you for dropping in.
Well, that's what I'm trying to check on the comments, but for some reason on my Facebook, which is where it's saying it. Hang on, one sec. Let me just go to YouTube one moment. Oh, okay. Now I'm alone. And they're back.
We're back.
Just a sec here, guys. Holy crap, it is. Thank you for joining us. Go check out the Mak Brothers because I'm telling you, man, their art is freaking amazing. And imagine if Shikari ever did a cover for you guys. Wow. Okay. This has been an absolute pleasure, guys. I am so rapt that you guys got to come on the show again. I am so rapt that Gods Among Men issue 2 is coming. I am so rapt that more music from Anna is coming. I am so rapt that the Instagram is there with all of the reels. I am so rapt that you two just exist. Thank you so much. In closing, come on, what is Aussieverse, guys?
For life.
For life.
That's right. Go check out Gods Among Men, issue 1 and 2, now available on Kickstarter. This has been Aussieverse, proudly sponsored by Comic Bookaroo. We'll catch you next time.